Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to United Weekly. We are back once again. With me, as always, is Jay. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing fantabulous. That is a
Excellent.
new word.
Excellent. Fantabulous. Yep. I did forget to turn off my transition, but oh well. Never mind. So this is just a match day preview for the Man United v Southampton game. I think we've got Ollie's got a few interesting choices to make. Whether or not Varane's ready, we don't know. Sancho should be ready to start. I don't think there's any excuse for him not to start.
Yeah.
He came on for a cameo in the opening game, so I think generally that should be Sancho ready to go. So let's start with the back line of our predicted lineup. And we'll talk about defense, and then we'll go through the team.
So should we start goalkeeper and the defense?
Yeah, exactly. So David De Gea will start. I don't think there's any question about that.
100%. Yeah.
Henderson's not ready yet to come back. He's got some fitness issues happening.
COVID. COVID. Yeah.
And COVID, which is keeping him off of training. So it'll be probably starting next month is when we'll start seeing Henderson on the bench instead of Tom Heaton. Now what I'm expecting the lineup to be will be Shaw, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof, but what I've got here as my predicted is Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire and Shaw. I think,
really?
Yeah. I think there's a good chance that Varane will start.
I've got Jones over Varane. I'm winding you up.
Yeah.
No, that is my predicted.
Yeah,
Varane starts over Lindelof.
I think, we'll obviously come to our score predictions later on, but I think Varane, honestly, I know he's a World Cup winner and he's a multi-time Champions League champion and he's won everything there is to win. But I still think it'll take him a couple of games just to adjust.
Yeah, it will do. But he's also had a pre-season with Madrid and has been training throughout. So he had a shorter quarantine. Like honestly, this is gonna get deep for a moment. We're gonna get deep.
You're going deep.
But it's like there's people that I know that have come over to the UK that live here that had 4 times the length of quarantine than Varane did.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's not unfit. He can go straight in. And everyone's talking about that Burnley game midweek. Why didn't Varane start? Blah, blah, blah. To me, that was the game that they didn't want to throw him into.
Yeah.
This game against Southampton, who we beat 9-0 last season, don't look that great this season. I think it's the perfect game to throw him into. Give him the Robin Van Persie treatment.
Yeah.
Just throw him in against Southampton, and if he gets 60 minutes, fair enough. Take him off after 60 minutes. Because I'll tell you what, Lindelof played really well at the weekend. He really did. Like I said, we was talking before this. I said to you that it was a toss-up between Greenwood and Lindelof for our third place position, our bronze medal, so to speak, of man of the match.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bruno and Pogba were 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Lindelof had a really good game. So, give Varane 60 minutes. Don't bring him on. Start him. Because there's a difference between starting a game and ending a game.
Yeah.
Especially as a defender and the pace of the Premier League. Starting a game where the team's full of energy, just throw him in the deep end. Because even if Varane has a bad game, which I don't think he will, I honestly think we can recover from that. But if you start throwing him in, like bit part here and there, it's what's the point of getting the best? At the end of the day, he is the best centre back in the world.
Yeah, it's sort of between him, Diaz, and you could argue Van Dijk if he's back to his best.
But I mean, in honours alone,
in honours alone, he's the best. He's just the best centre back in the world.
Yeah, and it's so to me, it's like we have the same predicted lineup.
Yeah.
And I think like this is one player that Ollie can't just slowly integrate. He's one of those players that will, if you slowly integrate him, he'll probably decline. You need to just throw him in there and be like, okay, don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
This is the Premier League. Just like we did with, do you ever remember the story of Patrice Evra's first game at United?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Where he had a really bad first half. Ferguson gave him the hairdryer, came out and had a brilliant second half.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we need to do with Varane.
Yeah, we do. I think as well, with Dalot staying, Telles as well, I think we actually have some depth at the back now, because obviously, with Bailly and Lindelof, and you could say Jones. No, Tuanzebe's gone on loan. Mengi's going to be about maybe, but he's going to be playing in the youth team. So it is down to those four really. And I think Varane and Maguire between them, as long as they both stay fit, I think that's our back line.
Well, the best squad is a squad that has two players for every position.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you could say we do have that.
Yeah, but it's like City last season had two world class players for each position. That's kind of the next step up, isn't it? Really, that's what we got to do. So yeah, moving on to the midfield. I had about 3 different combinations for this, but I've gone with McFred because I think Ollie's going to do it again. I don't want him to, but and I wouldn't be surprised if Matic starts ahead of Fred, but I think we'll be getting McFred again, because unless we get a CDM, unless we buy a CDM,
I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. There is that's on my sheet as well.
Yeah,
it's McFred.
Yeah.
But someone said something the other day, and I stand by it. That it is McFred, but it's not McFred. So McFred last season was 2 players trying to play one position.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Fred in that deep lying position, with McTominay
pushed up
in the Pogba position.
Yeah, the number 6.
We'll get to Pogba in a bit.
Yeah.
But in that position, so the box to box position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if McTominay plays expansively as he did against Leeds.
Yeah. So that to me wasn't McFred. That was McTominay and Fred. Because they weren't both trying to protect that back line as much as they did last season.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree that those two are sure starts for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play a box-to-box player, you should play Donny. He's better than McTominay. He just is.
Though obviously doing the watch along the other day and watching all 90 minutes of it, both of those players were flawless. We got pre-lockdown Fred and McTominay.
Yeah, but
it was beautiful.
If you're picking an 11 from the squad of players that we've got, Donny or McTominay, Donny's better. He's a better player.
100%. 100%.
So is Ollie going to I would like to see Donny playing with Fred. See how that works. You know what I mean? That could be a really good partnership.
I think Donny and Matic. I think that's the best partnership we've got.
Well, yeah,
it is. Was brilliant.
It is, but the problem is Matic can't do it week in, week out.
No, he can't. But he didn't do it last week, so maybe this week he can do a job. You never know, because at the end of the day, like I always say, we're not on the training ground.
No, that's true. But we've got to see more Donny this season. We have to. I mean, he's bulked 100%. Up. He's put on an extra. I think an extra 1.5 stone or 2 stone of muscle. So he's much bigger. I
think he's being sculpted as a CDM.
Maybe, but can he play that role? Can we not just go and buy a 30 million CDM who can play that role? You know what I mean? There's all sorts of ways around it. The ideal partnership would be a CDM like Rice or Camavinga or someone like that, and Pogba, ideally. But we'll come to that. Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute. And then my 3 in front of the 2 central midfield is.
Wait, you've missed one.
No, I've not. No, I've not.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. So I've got Sancho on the right.
Yeah.
Bruno in the middle and Pogba on the left.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
And then Greenwood up front.
Yeah, so we've got exactly the same team.
The same 11. I mean, Greenwood or Martial, Ollie could go with either. I don't know what the situation is with Martial. I think you have to
go Greenwood. You have to go Greenwood.
Yeah, I mean, Martial looks lean and ready to go. He looks sharp, but is he? Can he recover? I mean, he's not a natural finisher. I mean, no one's a natural finisher like Greenwood, apart from maybe Cavani. Like Greenwood's so good in the box, it's ridiculous.
Greenwood's goal against Leeds, to me,
it was superb. It was so good.
To me, watching Greenwood, and you said it earlier.
Yeah.
When we were talking about who our man of the match was for the Leeds game.
Yeah.
But Greenwood's goal against Leeds just shows why he needs to be in the team.
Yeah,
that was really to be honest with you, there's name someone on the left or the right that would chase down someone like that, and not only chase them down, but beat them by about 3 yards, and then manage to pinpoint accuracy of it was posted in. And you should have seen, obviously, Alexi, you weren't here for the match reaction.
No.
You should have seen my reaction to it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, to me, that was the best goal of the game.
It was a world-class finish. And the ball
from Pogba as well, I'm going to throw that in there just to give Pogba some praise.
Yeah.
Was inch perfect, and he knew that Greenwood would make that run. Now, to me, this is where this comes into it, is that I know that Martial and Pogba are both French, but does Pogba trust Martial to make that run? Because if you watch the ball through, you should honestly, if we were playing on a football pitch, 11 aside Sunday league, and you make that ball, that's a lazy ball to make.
Yeah.
Because the attacker has no right getting onto that ball.
No.
But for some reason, Pogba knew
it's a world-class midfielder playing it to a world-class forward. It's
chemistry. It's chemistry.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, is that you don't want to upset chemistry. And I think that's why you last season you saw a lot of McFred, is because as much as we disliked McFred, they did a job. We got second. And there is there is chemistry there. It's probably not perfect chemistry in FIFA terms.
No.
On the team, it's probably like a yellow rather than a green.
Yeah.
But it is chemistry, and that's what you work with. And it's seeing that ball from Pogba. It's honestly, no team in the world, no player has the right to pass that ball and expect someone to do a fucking 30-yard dash and get in front of the defender.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just make light work of it. He doesn't even it's not even he turns back in or anything like that. He just hits it.
Exactly.
And he just knows where the goal is. And that's why you can't drop Greenwood.
No, he's I think in a couple of years' time he's going to be our number 9.
Martial for me, would he do that? I love Martial. I think he's a brilliant player.
Martial's had some good seasons and one excellent season, which was season before last. And then
but the thing,
but I mean, he still Martial still ended up hitting double figures last season in terms of goals. So
and he's not a bad player.
He's not.
But the thing is that now to me is that Cavani is our number 9.
Yeah.
Greenwood is our understudy number 9.
Yeah.
Martial has to be okay, I'm going to play on the left, which is where his other position is. But we've got Rashford coming back, who is apparently his surgery went so well that he's already back in light training.
Well, yeah, he's doing his physical therapy, and by the end of the month could be back in full training. So
so it's
we could have him back in about 4 weeks' time.
To me, Martial has to forget about Greenwood. He has to forget about Cavani. He has to forget about Sancho. His competition is Rashford.
That's it. Yeah, and actually, while we're kind of discussing this stuff, I just want to have a look and see if, or not if, find out what Ahmad's number is now, because
I don't think he's got given one yet, has he?
Because he was number 19 before.
I mean, it was deleted on the Man United website the last time I saw it because I think they're trying to loan him.
Hang on. So Tom Heaton's taken number 22. Obviously, Varane's got number 19. Ahmad's number 16. There you go.
Oh, there you go. So he got Roy Keane's number.
Yeah. Which is actually weirdly what I've put him on FIFA is 16. So that's worked out perfectly. That's fine then. You know, like still number 16. That's fine. Yeah, I was just interested to see if they've given him a different shirt number. And I've actually done a score prediction with the goal scorers as well.
Yes.
I've picked it out goal scorers. So I'm going 3-1 to United.
Oh, okay. Not far off. I've gone 4-0.
4-0. Okay, yeah. I've put my goal scorers as Greenwood, Pogba, and Bruno. I mean, in any order. I think Pogba's going to want to make up for the miss last week, so I think he's going to end up scoring a goal.
I'm not.
Bruno, I think, is inevitable that he's going to score again, and Greenwood's going to get several chances. And I think, and I've put the one in there because either Lindelof's going to start and he's going to cost us a goal, or
if he played like he did last weekend, I'm just going to say that he was better than Maguire last weekend. So
yeah, Lindelof was great last weekend. But he's not consistent. Especially as with the people that they've let go and that. But I think Southampton are going to end up like bundling a goal in. I mean Leeds scored an absolute belter. But I think Southampton are going to get lucky and get a goal. But I think I still think it's going to be like 3-1.
So I've gone 4-0.
Okay.
And I agree with you. Leeds may get a goal. And I think if they do,
Southampton.
It'll be a Ward-Prowse free kick. Southampton. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a Ward-Prowse free kick.
Yeah. He's very good. He's very good at those.
Yeah. If they were to, but all right. So it's either 4-0 or 4-1 for me.
Yeah.
And the 4-0 is going to be, it's going to be it's going to be 2 goals from Bruno.
Yeah.
A goal from Greenwood, and I've got a feeling Sancho will score.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd love to.
And in fact, I've actually got money on a 4-0 win with those goal scorers as well.
Okay.
That could bring me back 1,200 quid. So
nice. I mean, I'd love Sancho to score, but I'm not going to get carried away with him. I think he's going to have a great season for us. But at the same time, I still think he's going to get a slow start.
I was disappointed at the weekend when he came on.
Yeah.
Because we played him on the left. And I wasn't happy about that because he didn't he was good. He was quick.
Yeah.
Like his ball distribution was kind of like give and go.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very Dortmund-esque style.
Yeah.
But when he got the ball on the left, it's kind of like you'd think that he'd be able to just cut in, but like he's just like such a better right-hand side player.
Yeah,
I think.
the
point Sancho came on, we were so far ahead at this point that it's just like we're not going to go for goals. So he never really got an attack. We never got to see his attacking qualities.
Yeah, our foot was off the gas already.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously we got the 5th goal, which was Fred, I think.
Yeah, Fred. Yeah.
And it's that came from like.
Oh, it came from Pogba, didn't it? Again.
Yeah, being in the corner.
Yeah.
And kind of like, let's just. There's nothing else I can do, so let's just try and score a goal. So, hopefully Sancho starts. I don't want to see Dan James start. Dan James was the only person in that watch along that I gave everyone an 8.
Yeah.
And I gave Pogba a 9.5, and I gave Bruno a 10.
Yeah.
Dan James got a 6.5, but I was like, I tell you what, I'll budge to a 7 because he done all right. He won a few fouls here and there.
Yeah, but
it was just like
nothing,
the same thing.
Nothing amazing. Like, yeah,
it was the same thing over and over again. It's like it was just about his speed, and I just don't want to see that.
No,
like, bring him on at 80 minutes when a team's tired. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And it's 1-1. Bring him on.
He's a squad player, you know. He's the kind of player where, you know, you could even say in the Champions League, if we're being pushed and we need an outlet, Dan James can be the outlet because of his pace. Like,
and everyone says
no problem with that at all.
Oh, he's just like Ryan Giggs. You know, he's young, he's Welsh, he's quick.
He's nowhere near the quality of Giggs.
Like, honestly, his touch is worse than Lukaku's.
Yeah. Kerry says Dan James does Dan James things. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Kerry said that. Kerry said that in the chat the other day, and it's true. Like, I was going on a rant about Dan James.
Yeah,
not because I dislike him. I think don't get me wrong. I definitely think he's a Premier League player. I just don't think he is a title-winning Premier League player.
No, and if we win and win the title this season, it won't be because of Dan James.
No. And if it was, I'd hold
if it was, great. Let's get. If Dan James can go win us the league, fantastic. Let's do it.
If he bagged in 20 goals this season, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. You've proved me wrong.
Can't argue with that. Like, you know what I mean?
But he's not going to do that because I tell you what, like, this is going to sound really stupid, but I've been watching that show and I've given you my login for it. Ted Lasso. I don't know if you've watched it yet.
I haven't, no.
But there's a line in it where it says is that you have to have belief in yourself.
Oh,
and Dan James,
you have to back yourself. You have to back yourself.
Dan James strikes me as one of those players that tries to get people to believe in him, when actually I don't think he believes in himself, because I've seen him score and do some amazing things.
Well, his first sort of 3 games for United when he came in from Swansea.
Yeah.
Like, talk about hitting the ground running. Like,
yeah, not even that. When he went, what was it, that 8-month goalless streak?
Yeah,
and he scored against that mediocre team in the Europa League.
Yeah.
And he was so happy. Or when he scored that goal against Leeds when we beat him 6-2, and it was that little delicate touch.
Yeah,
you can tell he's got the instinct.
There's a player in there. It's just
he doesn't believe in himself.
He doesn't. Yeah, and I don't think he's got the quality to become a truly top class player. Like, he'll never be a Ryan Giggs or a Gareth Bale. He's not that good.
Like, take Cristiano Ronaldo when he joined United.
Yeah.
As that crooked teethed,
yeah,
weird haircut, kid.
Yeah.
His first media interview as a United player, he was like, "I'm going to win the Ballon d'Or one day."
Yeah.
You can call that arrogance. But no, it's believing in yourself.
Yeah. And from that day to now, he's always believed that he should win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, and he still does.
He still does.
Like this season, he'll be like, I'm going to win it.
And he still, he probably will. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing with that. I'm not comparing Dan James to Cristiano Ronaldo, but I think that a lot of it is a mindset. And it's just like, do you know how, like, when... I love it when we have like Carabao Cup games and we play like some of our under 23s.
Yeah.
And like you get to see how they play.
Yeah.
And do you know how they play super safe because they don't want to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't win you games.
No.
That makes you Brighton.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's why Brighton win 9 games a season, and that's it.
Yeah. It's like what you need to do is make that risky pass.
Yeah.
Make that risky run.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, no one will judge you for doing that. As long as you don't give the ball away in a stupid area.
Yeah, or give a goal away or give a penalty away.
But if you see a player making a run, just make the pass.
Yeah.
Especially if you're 2-3-0 up. What's it going to matter?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my issue with Dan James. He doesn't do any of that.
No. But, there's every possibility that Dan James will start against Southampton as well. Because that's just how it is. Is Sancho ready? I think the only way to get ready is to play games. So
honestly, I
start him. You know what I mean? Just start him.
I don't think you can. I mean, watching the training footage every day.
Yeah.
From Man United, they're focusing very heavily on Sancho and Varane.
Yeah.
I really don't see how, other than injury or a knock, I do not see how Sancho and Varane do not start.
Yeah. But, Ollie's pulled, done some weird stuff before, hasn't he? So, like barely choosing Donny last season. I mean...
Yeah, he has.
I mean, there were so many games that you just sit there going, this would be perfect for Donny. It's, we've got all possession and everyone's just passing it around. If we had Donny on the pitch doing his little triangles, pass and go, we'd be more effective. But instead he was sitting on the bench going, I can't affect this game because I'm on the bench. Whereas, he should be starting games. Hopefully he gets some game time this season. I think if we do end up buying another midfielder, I think that's the end for Donny.
I mean, to be honest with you, I've never been one of those people that's been like I can't think of any other word than sucking Donny off. That's the only way I could like because the thing is, every time he started, he's been kind of mediocre, and I know it's like he needs a run of games and stuff. Yeah. But the thing is that when you've got Bruno and Pogba, and you need that deep lying player, which we don't have.
Yeah.
Donny's either got to become a CDM, or he's got to be a bench player. Because the way that the way that Bruno and Pogba played against Leeds, there is no way Donny's getting any game time.
No, but he's still starting. He's still McTominay starting over him.
Yeah, but
and Matic is starting over him, and Fred, and I'd say currently Donny's probably a better footballer than any of those three, because Matic has passed it. Fred is Fred, and McTominay is good going forwards, but backwards not so much. Whereas I think Donny's probably not as good defensively as Fred, but the rest of his game is like, I would say is, I think he's got the intelligence of Matic, the never give up attitude of Fred, and the kind of attacking danger of McTominay, because going forwards, McTominay is dangerous. He is. You can't argue with it. Like he's a powerful midfielder when he gets into the box and that and makes runs.
I totally agree with that. And my only issue with that is that with obviously Pogba on the left, Bruno up top, and then you've got those two positions to fill.
Yeah,
and everyone all summer has been going on about McFred, us included, especially me.
Yeah.
And they had such a good game all round. There was never an Fred moment.
No, but
and it's
against Leeds, and it's because Leeds play a certain way. And I'm willing to give them to give them a chance. If they play like that again against Southampton, then you go, well, you can't drop them. And you go the next game, and they do it again, and you go, you can't drop them. And then suddenly they become a really good partnership. Will that happen? I'm gonna be very skeptical about that, because we all know what Fred's like, and McTominay defensively might as well not be there.
Don't get me wrong. If I could have it my way, I could have it my way right now, I would sell Fred. Get in a CDM. Like an Ndidi or a Rice or this Tchouaméni. Talking about from Monaco. Get one of those, slap him there in front of the defence. McTominay, I'm happy with. But when Rashford comes back, he gets dropped to the bench, and then you play Pogba in that position.
Pogba in that position, And
that's the thing, is Donny doesn't come into my equation.
No, that's the problem for Donny. I think Donny's only chance of getting games is that if Lingard goes, Pereira's already gone, so he's back up for Bruno. That's it, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that Bruno proved last season that even if he's tired, he can do something.
Yes, but Ollie definitely needs to use the squad this season. I think to me, Donny's a cut player. Yeah, I think both Maguire and Bruno need to be rested more this season. Ollie needs to grow a spine, basically. And the Carabao Cup and FA Cup games that are against non-top 6 Premier League sides, Maguire and Bruno rested, maybe even not even in the squad. You know what I mean? Just send them home, get them chilling. Have Bay and Lindelof, or Lindelof and Mengi or Varane. Varane maybe.
I think Varane needs to play a few games.
Depends on the depends on the schedule on that, obviously. But let that back five of Henderson, Dalot, Mengi, Lindelof, and Telles. Let them play together. Yeah. Let them start with maybe Matic and Donny in front of them, and you know what I mean. Like let the youth players play as a squad. If we draw, I don't know, Oxford United or MK Dons or Shrewsbury Town or something in the Carabao Cup, super.
One of the teams will lose against you. No, I'm joking.
Then you've got got Diallo and Elanga and Shiratire and start Greenwood. You know what I mean? Like we've got the makings of a really good second team there.
Yeah.
But Ollie just needs to actually do that. You know what I mean?
I think for me, it's that either Donny is going to become the next Pogba.
Yeah.
If Pogba does inevitably leave next season,
I think he will. I think.
No, see, I'm on the other side. I actually think he'll sign a contract.
I think. Well, it all needs to be resolved before January anyway.
Yeah.
Say we come to end of November, and we're top of the league, second of the league. We're very we're there or thereabouts, and we're top of our Champions League group, and we're still in the cups. You know what I mean? And we're dominating teams. Pogba's playing in his favourite position in the middle, and he's dictating games. I think there's a good chance that he'll sign a new contract.
Yeah.
If we're fourth and we squeeze through the Champions League and we're out the Carabao Cup, obviously FA Cup for us starts in January, because third round. Then I think Pogba's just going to go. I'm off to Madrid because he can just do that. It's his prerogative. You know what I mean? He can just swan off for free. Well, they're going to lose Pogba for free again.
But the thing is, I honestly think that Donny's either being moulded as a CDM or a Pogba replacement.
Yeah,
and I think that.
But the question then is he as good as Pogba, or can he be as good as Pogba, or are we going to get someone who's more consistent but not quite as good? Because
I think
you know what I mean. Like that's the balance.
I think the question is can Pogba be as good as Pogba?
Consistently. Probably not consistently.
I mean, the game the other week, to me,
4 assists.
Screamed, I'm available. This is what I can do. He got more assists in the last game than he did all season last season. Year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, he could definitely be trying to bolster up his resume. But I'll tell you what, like I said to you the other day, if Pogba plays like that for the rest of the season and we win the title, fair enough.
I mean, he could he could decide in November that he's going, and then we win the league, maybe get to the Champions League final, maybe win the FA Cup, for example, almost hit a treble, and Pogba goes, you know what, I'm going to stay. He might, he could change his mind. He could change his mind.
Well, we could end up re-signing him on a free, technically.
Well, yeah, because because we'd be resigning him. That's what Barcelona tried to do with Messi, and look what happened there.
But they've got different rules. But yeah, definitely.
No, it's absolutely. It's either way, it's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Pogba.
I can't wait.
I think if Pogba gets, say it's Fred. I mean, I don't want it to be Fred, but here we are. Say it's Fred and Pogba in the middle, but Pogba doesn't need to sit back. He can go forwards because we've got Varane and we're playing a high line. And we've got, Sancho, Bruno, Rashford, Cavani or Martial or Greenwood up front. That's a good squad, man. That's a good 11. And then
so I'll ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Name a player that brings the best out of Pogba, and tell me why it's Bruno.
That was more of a statement than a question.
No, I'm answering it for you because honestly,
he does.
Pogba's brilliant for France. Don't get me wrong; he does well with Kante.
Yeah.
Right now, Kante plays for Chelsea. Right now, name anyone that basically what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done this season and towards the end of last season, which, do you know what? Everyone disagreed with playing Pogba on the left. I started to come around to it because we're not playing Pogba on the left. Sky Sports and BT Sport show us that he's on the left.
Yeah.
But if you watch him play, and if you watched him play against Leeds,
it's him and Bruno are just
he's got a free roaming role. Yeah.
We're playing two central attacking midfielders, basically.
And basically, what we're doing is Greenwood, and it was Greenwood and James.
Yeah.
That were switching between wings.
Yeah.
And coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And Sancho, as you know.
Yeah.
Also play up top. So you will have Sancho and Greenwood crossing over wings.
Yeah.
We're giving Pogba that freedom to express himself. But can you name any centre attacking midfielder in any league that can provide Pogba that luxury? And if you can, I will PayPal you 20 quid.
No, I can't. And I see what you're saying. But the problem with that is that we don't, if Pogba's not playing in the middle, then, against good sides, we need Pogba to play in the middle because Pogba can dictate games. That's his thing. He can sit alongside the CDM, and he can. Look at his passing last week. He can spray passes 40 yards, no problem. It's not even a thing for him. He's just casually I'll just play this 50-yard pass down the line. Oh, it's a goal. Cool. That's
the thing about his free roam. That's the thing about his free roam is that actually, a lot of his play came from deep.
Yeah.
It wasn't from the wing.
No.
So he was dropping back when it needed to be dropped back.
Okay, so then why isn't he playing in the middle then? Because that's clearly where he prefers to play. I'm just
devil's advocate.
Advocate. I'm just saying, Pogba playing on the left kind of works because he's got free roam.
He plays on the left because he doesn't play on the left. If that makes sense.
Yes. But again, against the better, this was against Leeds and against a couple of other sides where it worked. Didn't work a few times as well last season. He played on the left.
So when
against a few teams, and
we basically play a 4-1-2-1-2.
Yeah.
Right. So when we play Pogba on the left, we're not playing our typical 4-1-2 whatever.
It's a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, we're not typically playing that. We're playing like a diamond. But the diamond is not a diamond because Pogba's running between that whole midfield.
Yeah, I think the issue with that is that now that we've got Sancho and once Rashford's back, we won't be playing that. Because
we won't.
Because we'll have wingers.
But yeah, once like I said, once Rashford's back, then Pogba can go back into that role. And he can be the McTominay of the Leeds game, the box-to-box player.
Yeah.
That also gets because at the end of the day, Bruno gets given free roam.
Yeah.
Pogba gets given free roam.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ollie says to them, "Express yourselves, enjoy yourselves," or one of those kind of comments.
Yeah.
So when Rashford comes back, yes, we'll go back to the three up top. Bruno, and then like the pivot with whoever it is, whether it's Fred or Pogba or McTominay
Pogba, even
whoever, Matic and Pogba.
Yeah,
but Pogba will still be given that license of free roaming.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's important. Is you know, everyone talks about shoehorning Pogba in. I don't think it's shoehorning him in. I think it's trusting Pogba's football intelligence to be like, okay, I'm going to play you. Can you do me a job?
Yeah.
And will our defense suffer?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think, you know, part of the thing with, you know, going back to the Matic discussion, which does affect Pogba. You know, Matic doesn't have the legs to do it every week, but he won't be covering for bad defenders anymore. He won't be covering for Varane, for Victor Lindelof. He won't be covering for, you know, for our defense that was kind of lopsided. We had a really good left side, Maguire and Shaw, but the right side was, you know, Wan-Bissaka was suffering because of Lindelof, and Lindelof, for I'd say 60% of last season was poor. I think he had some good games, but whereas now that Wan-Bissaka's got the likes of Varane, who's just a born leader, Varane can tell him, you stay on the right. You don't need to tuck in. You mark your man. Because Lindelof's not that. Lindelof's never been that. You know.
One thing I liked about the Leeds game as well is how much James and Greenwood trapped back.
Yeah, they're both. You know, it's something I noticed last season as well, is that they're both, when they're playing on the wing, they're both willing to track back, which is great.
And that's something that the Martial. I mean, we haven't seen him much in recent months.
No,
but something that he didn't do very much of. He's very much a Dwight York kind of player.
Like, brilliant going forwards. Don't expect to see him defending.
Yeah, exactly. But with like, and that's what you expect. Like, hopefully, when Sancho comes in and obviously replaces a Dan James, he will drop back and, you know, do his defensive duties. Because at the end of the day, as they always say, defense starts from the top. Yeah,
and you know, Sancho could have been 100 million pound player last season, because he's that good. So you'd expect to get the defensive work along with his, you know, offensive capabilities.
But I'm excited, if anything, for this game this weekend. I'm excited because I'm excited. I think that because our teams that we've called out, I think, are the teams that are going to start.
I think so. And, you know, we've got this run of sort of 8 games at the start of the season where we're not playing any of the top 6 sides. Was it?
And we've got a tough
6 games, 8 games, whatever it is.
Something like that. And then we've got the tough October, November, where we get Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City.
Yeah, and you know, and the thing is, always remember Sir Alex saying, you know, if you can get off to a good start, once you get into October, November, that you're already rolling. So,
the drums.
Say we win all 6 all 6 of these opening games. That's going to stand us in really good stead for the rest of the season. You know, especially if Man City drop points again. I think Liverpool, like, unless Liverpool bring in, I'd say they need a couple of players. I think they need a striker and they need a midfielder.
Liverpool haven't really brought in any at all.
No, they let Wijnaldum go for free.
Who's arguably one of their best centre mids.
Yeah, they've got their defence back, but that's not buying players. You know, and after all the protests, Man United have invested, Man City have invested, Chelsea have invested, Arsenal have invested badly, but invested. You know, Leicester.
You say that though, even Chelsea and Man City, they've invested in both of them have invested in players that are 100 million.
Yeah,
I mean, I know Lukaku was 96.5, but still, let's call it 100.
Yeah,
and it's just like, to me, it's like, not being funny. I like we had this conversation. I liked Lukaku at United.
Yeah,
I was kind of a bit shocked when we sold him. But
I think he's an even better striker now. I think he's just the complete striker now. So,
but you say that, but he was playing in the Serie A.
Yeah. Absolutely, but he's changed up his game. Like, I don't know if you've seen any of his stats, but you know, not only was he second second goal scorer behind only Ronaldo. But he was, I think, second in assists as well, and that's not something that, you know what I mean. Like he's leaner, he's much fitter, and I think
I've got him in my fantasy football team.
Yeah, and I think if Lukaku can just hit the ground running, I think there's a real possibility that Chelsea might just run away with it this season. They might, because I think
I think this is the best season we've got to win it.
Yeah, but Chelsea have invested and they've completed the puzzle now. That's it. I think Kante's got one good season left in him at the top. And they've got either Jorginho or Kovacic to play next to him. Either way,
I think their defense is weak, if I'm honest.
But again, if they sign Jules Koundé,
if they did, but I don't think he'll be a player for this season, because Thiago Silva, as brilliant as a defender he is,
I think
he's made a lot of mistakes last season.
Yeah.
And then they've got like Kurt Zouma or Christensen, Christensen's I rate. I do. Ben Chilwell, I think, is highly overrated. Reece James is brilliant.
Yeah. Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta's. I mean, Azpilicueta's like 33 now.
Yeah, and he's the captain. Yeah, again, if they sign Jules Koundé, I think that plus Lukaku means that they win the league. Honestly,
I don't rate either of their keepers either.
No, I mean Mendy's better than Kepa.
Oh yeah, he's better, but I still like. It's kind of like it's just, I don't know. Nothing strikes like, to me. I think we could go to Chelsea and do a job. I don't think their back four could handle our front three. Yeah, I mean,
but you say one. I was going to say one game doesn't make a season. Sometimes it can. Especially if the two teams playing are in a head-to-head title race, then beating them can. I think Man City are going to be slow off the blocks, which I said even before. I said in our season predictions that I think City are going to do a slow start because they don't have a striker. Aguero's gone. Jesus, I've never rated him really, and Ferran Torres is not a natural striker. And they brought in Jack Grealish, which he doesn't fit in at City at all. I mean, I don't have any doubts that Guardiola's going to mold him into a different kind of player because that's what Guardiola does. I think Grealish has got the quality to be a good Man City player, but it's going to take him a couple of months to get used to that. And by the time they've done that, they might just be out the title race.
I might eat my words here.
Yeah,
but I've never rated Jack Grealish as much as his price tag came in.
No, absolutely not. I think he's a very good player.
I think I said this in our predictions video as well.
Right.
I said that like when Aston Villa were going to go down and we could get Grealish for 40 million, I was like, yeah, snap that shit up right now.
Yeah.
But when it turns out they survived on the last day of the season and his price tag went up to 80 million, I was like, I would not touch that with a barge pole.
I mean, this could be a Sanchez type signing, but City made it this time.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
At least they've got
Grealish did not look good for City.
No, and I mean, he looked terrible the other day against Spurs as well. I mean, he got into a good position.
Bang average.
Yeah, and he was he just looked like an Aston Villa player in a Chelsea shirt.
In a City shirt.
In a City shirt. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
And that's the issue. It's like.
Yeah, I don't know. Pep would never. I don't think Pep would ever, green light a signing that he didn't think would make sense in the long run. But I don't know if this was a Pep signing.
No, oh god, it wasn't.
And Kane wouldn't be either. Look at the strikers that Guardiola's had in his time. I think Lewandowski is the only outlier, but Lewandowski's a goal-scoring machine. He's an absolute god in front of goal.
Bundesliga is different.
Yeah, Bundesliga is different, and not that Harry Kane isn't a goal-scoring machine, because obviously he is. He's made his career of it, but look at the strikers that he had at Barcelona. Yeah. He had David Villa to start with. Then he brought in Luis Suarez. Obviously, he had Messi could play up front. He had Sanchez who played on the right, and what's his name, Munir, as well.
Yeah.
Nothing like Harry Kane. And then to Bayern, had the goal scoring machine in Lewandowski, didn't need to buy a striker. All right. Came to Man City, Aguero, nothing like Harry Kane. Jesus, nothing like Harry Kane. Ferran Torres, nothing like Harry Kane. So Harry Kane is not a Guardiola type player. Obviously, again, he's a goal machine, and if City buy him, does that within the league? I mean, him and Grealish trying to fit into the system. Though, I predicted City to finish third, and I stick by that. I think after watching their performance with Grealish doing not a lot, I think even if they buy Kane, I don't think they're going to finish top of the league. I think it's Chelsea.
I think also if you watched, there's a video, it popped up in my recommended.
Yeah.
Of Grealish's first day at Man City, and it shows videos of him getting his medical and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he meets up with Guardiola.
Yeah.
And Guardiola's just got this look in his eyes of like, almost like, who are you? So, and then realizes who it is.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, I understand it. I do.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish is like, if you take anything from 7th to 17th,
yeah,
and make like an all-star team, Jack Grealish would be the captain. He'd be the maverick. He'd be the best player out of all of them. But the thing is that he looks so good because he rescued Aston Villa time and time again.
Yeah, I mean,
but Aston Villa weren't a bad team.
No,
they just weren't
exactly.
Weren't performing well.
Yeah, I mean, look at not that they're similar players, but like look at how good Fellaini looked at Everton.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
He was a cult hero, and came to United, and he did all right, and scored some big goals for us, and was a different kind of player. Was it?
Yeah,
was it? But
minutes.
Yeah,
up top.
Yeah, but was he a Manchester United player? No. Nowhere near Scholes, Keane. I would say even like May, Nicky Butt, David Beckham.
I don't know. He
couldn't lace their boots. You know what I mean? Like just not even close. So I think it's obviously Grealish is better than on the ball than Fellaini. I mean, hell, I could probably take Fellaini on a good day.
We're both goalkeepers.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think honestly, if we had bought Declan Rice at the start of the window and then Sancho and Varane, I think we'd be I think you and me would have both put them top in our predictions because our team's complete. But I still think we can do it. We can, but there's just that doubt of Fred or McTominay playing week in, week out that you just go, you can't win the league with them. You can't carry two players when you're searching for a league trophy. One player, maybe. Maybe you can carry one player. Maybe. If you've got a left back who's good defensively but can't do shit going forwards, you can work with that. You just put your best winger on the left to make up for it. You know what I mean? That's it. But when you got Fred who's just error prone, and McTominay who is stands up defensively as well as a wet piece of paper, people just walk past McTominay no problem. I mean, there was a goal, I think it was against Everton. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was against Everton where McTominay's marking him. I think it was the James Rodriguez goal where McTominay's marking him, and then James drifts off him into the box, and McTominay just watches, doesn't follow him, doesn't do anything, and then Everton score, and you just go, that's Scott's fault. If he had tracked him, James doesn't get that shot away because he's got McTominay with him. And, I'm not going to sit here and dig out a single player for a single mistake in a game last season. That's irrelevant. But, if that's his mentality, and everyone talks about how McTominay will work his shirt off for the club, that's not working his shirt off for the club. That's standing there watching while your team concedes a goal. So he might have the passion, but does he put in the work 100% of the time? No, that was a lazy moment. And, that's not elite, is what I'm saying. And McTominay is not elite, and Fred's not elite. De Gea is elite. Wan-Bissaka defensively is elite. Going forwards to get in there, Varane is as elite as it gets. Maguire has become elite and has grown into his role. Luke Shaw, elite. Sancho, potentially one of the best players, over the next decade. Bruno, very much elite. Pogba, elite. Greenwood, what a finisher, elite. Cavani, elite. Van der Beek, on his day, could probably be elite. Maybe we'll find out. Martial can be elite. Fred and McTominay, they can have an 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's their ceiling. That's not elite. There were championship players who can have an 8 out of 10 game. Doesn't mean they can do it week in, week out. And when you're trying to, Rashford, elite. You know what I mean? And when you've got these kinds of players like McTominay and Fred in your squad who aren't elite, you're not going to win the league with them. Look at Chelsea starting 11. If they buy Koundé, I think the league's done. That's my opinion, and you can disagree with that. That's fine, obviously, because it's all about opinion. But you look at Chelsea's front line with Lukaku in there. Look at Man City if they buy a striker. It doesn't have to be Harry Kane. If City buy a striker who's a Guardiola striker who's half decent quality, they're going to be challenging for the league. Liverpool need to buy 2 players, in my opinion. Are we elite? We're like 98% of the way there. And, if Chelsea and City both drop enough points, then we can win the league. But, it's just, can we keep up this level of goal scoring? God, if we score 3 or 4 goals every week, we're going to win the league. That's it, because we've got Varane at the back now. Oh, what's happened? Oh, I think Jay's internet's gone. As I was saying, we've got Varane at the back now, so we've got that elite defense, we've got that elite attack, midfield. It's still questionable. So, you're back.
I'm back. Yeah. My internet briefly disconnected then.
That's okay. So I was just saying we've got an elite defense, we've got an elite attack, our midfield. And, we still have to have a conversation about it. So it's can we win the league? We can. Will we win the league?
I think we've.
I hesitate.
We've won the league with a lesser team than we've got this year.
Yes, but look at the way football is now.
I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is that and also this. Obviously we've dragged on quite a bit, so
yeah.
So we should do our closing statements because before my internet dies a death.
Yeah.
But I will say this is that I'm super excited for the next game, and I tell you what, any person that's Ollie out, I don't know. Since Ollie's been in charge, I've enjoyed watching United again.
The trajectory has been this. I know I know after we signed his permanent contract for the first time, our form went off a cliff. But progress has been like this, and
watching during the Van Gaal, Mourinho, Moyes era, there were days when it's just like, oh, you watching the football today? Nah, I can't be asked.
Especially under Van Gaal, that was.
Yeah, that was harsh.
That was. It was very boring.
It's like, to me, it's like, say, call Ollie a PE teacher. He just got a second, but got us a convincing second, not a Mourinho second.
No,
but a convincing second.
Yeah,
where we actually played well.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, we lost that final to Villarreal, but honestly, I think half our team was just exhausted after such a long season.
Watch Ted Lasso, because Ted Lasso is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Honestly, watch it.
I will. For my closing thoughts, I think I think we're going to win this game. I think we're going to keep winning. If we can get to the international break with nothing but wins and clean sheets, I think that'd be superb. And then because then once we're back from the international break, there's no more talk about transfers. There's no more got to bed players in. Just Sancho and Varane. I've got to start week in week out. Then obviously then we'll be getting into the Champions League territory as well, which we don't know what the group is until next Thursday. So keeping a close eye on that one. I think nothing but positive vibes, and we're going to have some extra content coming up as well. We've got some of the videos that we're going to be recording and putting out over the next few weeks. But for now, so I won't be at the watch along on Sunday. I might end up coming in the second half or at the end. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it'll be Jay once again on Sunday, and then after that, I should be good. I should be good then to do the watch alongs until I move. For United Weekly, he's been Jay. I've been Alexi. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.